Hello there. I just did a big stretch and now my nerves feel like they're gone. Well, not gone, but lessened. So, let's get started, shall we? Whoops. I just zoomed in on my art. That's fine though. Here it is. I have the sketch already and done. Now I just gotta do. There's only gonna be line art for. So, like, I have my sketch separated into two parts. This is like the first sketch. That's literally all I did for that. Okay, anyways, we don't need that anymore. We're just gonna need a line art, I think, for Tubbo down here. And then the rest of this will be more paintery style, if you get what I mean. I have an idea. The idea is there. I spent like I spent like some time studying explosion, like how to draw explosions, and then afterwards I did like dinner, and then I was just browsing through a few people's streams before I started here. Oh wait, actually, change playlist. Boop. There we go. That's better. I say we already heard that song before. Oh, a lot of the songs I use are like the same anyways. What do I want to do his hair? I'm just doing whatever with this hair. Just random strokes, see what works, see what doesn't. And then let's block that so make sure we don't draw on that one or do anything with that layer. That is a very important layer. Alright, let's do hands and horns next. I get the hair, there's like hair pieces in between his fingers. And then like this one goes right there. And then kind of goes down right here until this piece also kind of sticks out. And then it's like the finger kind of, hold on. Finger kind of goes like this and then ends right here a bit. That's a big eraser, we don't need that. And then down there, down like this, you know? I don't know if that'll make a big difference. I've been alone. Whoop. And then go like this. Oh, my stomach's growling a lot. Don't know why that is. Digesting. Stomach noises are so weird. How are they so loud too sometimes? Like, how can your stomach be so loud? Oh, huh? I've seen some art do it like horizontally like that. That's technically vertically. That's horizontally. That's vertically. I forgot whose art style I saw, but like I saw art style like that and I thought that was very cool. But I don't think it worked, or I don't think it works with how I'm drawing everything. Whoop, whoop. So for now we'll stick with these horizontal lines for all the knuckle areas. And then the horn, the goat horn. They've definitely gotten bigger since they've first grown in. I think that looks better. Oh yeah, there's like hair pieces right here too. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Like that. Cool, cool, cool. And then there's like this part of the hand right there. And then there's this part that goes underneath. Then it kind of goes like that, and boom. We have hand and horn on the side. And then we can go to this layer and start adding like the back areas of the hair. And then as well as add the ears. Big old goat ears. Goat. I want it to be more roundish. That's a good roundish. Yeah. Oh, I like that art. I like the weight of that line. How it's like thin right here and thick right. All right, and then erase. Oh yeah, over here too. Bye bye. Oh, where's this one? We're gonna add the lines for some texture. How's that look? Cool? Cool. Boop. And then now onto the other side. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna flip it. I find hands easier to draw like this. Actually, we're gonna have to do this first. And then it's kind of like going like this, so then kind of ends right there. It's also kind of pointed at the end. I want his hands to be more rounded. There we go. Okay. Cool. Concentrating on hands. There we go. And we do the little lines. Oh yeah, we can also get on this side. And then do the lines right here. Oh, you know what? I forgot the other fingers on this side. What do I have right here? Okay, that can be combined. Alright. Other hand finger kind of goes like that. Hold on. Kind of imagine it as like this area, and then I guess maybe this. Okay. Kind of ends right there, and then it goes right here. This is the middle finger, and the middle fingers are long, but they can look shortened depending on perspective. I didn't make this one's, because there's like fingers are separated into like 3 parts essentially, right? Kind of like that. And then there you go, you have your finger. So this one I made the first part pretty long. So then this one would have it like right around right there. And then it goes up here, and then maybe like right here. Let's erase all that and see how that would look. Maybe like a nail right here. Yeah. How's that look? Let's go right there. I think that'll look okay. I'll just combine that into that one and then continue on this hand as well. Get back to where we were originally. And kind of there. Like that. Like, hold on. I need to like, alright, maybe it shouldn't be as outward. That's pretty similar. And then just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this part of the hand. Okay. Cool, and then try to fix this hair area. Kind of imagine it going like that and then branching out like so. There we go. Yeah. And then goat ears. I wonder if I can replicate that line right here. This is such a good line. Such a specific thing to like about it, but it's, I don't know, I just like it so much. Okay, and then erase any parts of this over here. Heads on hands. Wait, hands on heads. I know how to talk, I promise. Okay. And then I think we should do the arms first next. It's like you have the, okay, hold on. Alright, you have the sleeves. Okay, and then you have the elbow area. And the elbow sort of becomes, elbows are weird, man. They kind of like become like sort of pointed, but at the same time rounded a bit more at the end. You know, like when you have your arm like that. It's a weird part of the body. Human body in general is weird. And the fact that we need sleep, ugh. Man, the things I could be so much more productive if I didn't have the need for sleep. I mean, I like sleep and all. It's a fun time, but at the same time, I would be so much more productive without it. A little button. And you have like the inner coat, or not coat, shirt. Like the button-up shirt. Coolio. You feel alive, I know. No, I need you to survive. This is coffee, I'm pretty sure. Let me check. Yeah, coffee. As much as the song bops, I do not like coffee at all. Just not a thing for my sensitive nose. Coffee has such a strong, intense smell. So like every time I smell it, it's like, ugh, too much happening at once. Too much smell. It's like walking into like coffee shops. Coffee shops have such a good vibe, but like just walking into them, there's like that whole blast of like coffee wind at your face. It's like, no thank you. I would much rather enjoy a nice milkshake or a smoothie. Or maybe even hot chocolate on the cold days. Oh wait, add a little bloop, 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 bloop. Alright. Oh, I don't like this one. Let's just do it like that. There we go. Bloop. We would have to get rid of the ears because they kind of go behind the front of the arms. Cool, cool, cool. And then there's that. Looking pretty good so far. Next, we can do the face. We can finish the rest of this hair. Just random. That's like doing random. Until this part. Alright, actually, I don't like this middle area. Erase. Bye bye. I do like this one right here, just a little simple. And this one I think should go right there. Question is, what goes right here? Kind of like a simple two little prong. And then you connect it and make it like that. It's too straight. Maybe like a so. Make it short right there and then go back down. So like wop 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 wop. But the fact is that it is supposed to be technically covering his other eye, and his eye would be around right here. So maybe it just should be longer in general. This kind of goes right there. I don't want it covering the actual eye that's being shown though. But it feels too flat right here. Like, not enough stuff's happening in this area. Oh, maybe. And then make this part shorter, and then right there. I can vibe with this. I can dig this. I can do this. I can dig this hair. Make this part over here kind of thinner. Yeah. Okay, I like that. I like that. Spikiness. Okay. And then we go to his jawline. Excuse me. Kind of round it at the bottom. Well, we can make it a bit more sharper. Also make it in general a bit more wider and just longer, like so. I think it needs to be tilted this way. And then we're just gonna do a little bit of moving around. See how this one's kind of more slanted upwards than this side? I think I want this side to be more, not as slanted. Like that. Or maybe I should do the opposite. Make this side more slanted. Because after all, when your face is looking more downward, it does become a lot more like triangle-ish at the bottom, if you get what I'm trying to say. Like it'll look like this is like your regular face. And then as you look more downwards, I saw like a lot of times you'll get like shorter like that, and these ears will go up. It's hard. I can't really do it too much well. That's why this is kind of practice for that, but it gets the needed effect of like your nose being down here. And then your eyes are still very high up. I don't think I want his nose as... My idea is just basically like a basic heart kind of shape, but very like flattened, like someone stomped on the heart. I think this side needs to be more flatter. Loop. Actually, I kind of liked when I went like that. Actually, it's gonna have to be more angled up towards the noses. Oops, wrong color. Let's just get rid of that and then kind of look at this nose and then angle it a bit more, perhaps. And then move it around so it's a bit more centered. Yeah, like that maybe. And then the eye. And then this part right over here is kind of rounded. Very rounded eye. Very big rounded eye. But I don't want to make it a tangent. Tangent lines. You learned that in geometry. Don't take my word for that. No, do not take my word for that statement right there. You add a little squiggle lines to show more fear. Or maybe it's, ooh, actually just straight lines like that. That looks good. And then a little bag under his eyes. Cool. That looks pretty haunted. And then, ugh, the body. Okay. Oh, I rolled a bit away. Very simple body. Yep, nothing going on here. You go like this over here. Bleh. Okay. Flipping the canvas is such a useful tool. Trying to make it a bit more angled over here. Yeah, I think that works. And then erase, erasing, erasing unneeded lines. And there's like the chest pocket right there. Add some little lines right here for like texture. Not as thin, not as opaque as that last one. That one's good. And then technically the tie should be like right here. And then you have like, if you have the tie right here, it would go kind of like that. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And then I'm just gonna get this in a new layer. We're gonna do the tie. I wonder if it should be flipping like this or no. I think it going like that is good enough. I mean, not as big over there. And there's like that always a little. I've never worn a tie in my life, so I'm not entirely sure how you tie a tie. But then it always has like a little. You have like the normal tie area like that, and then you have like that little one at the end, which you usually have like that clip for. But there's no clip here. There's just gonna be a little more flyaway. And then we can erase lines. And boom. Right? Oh, we can also do the scar. Yeah, scars. Bum, 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 bum. Also, I think I want to darken the topper area of the eye, like that. Just add some line weight. That we're going to be getting rid of anyways in the end when we get into our rendering process. Okay, go like that, go like that. Little. There's little jags. jagginess. Actually, I like how I did that little drag right there. I want to kind of replicate that a bit more over here, rather than just mountains. Oh no, oh no. I did this all on the same layer. Just darken that one and then whoop. And you have like kind of imagine it going like over the nose bridge. And maybe back like that, and then it goes down again, up again. That's just weird. Kind of like that. I don't want any squares. No squares allowed here. Psh. When was that used as an insult? Like the 80s? Was that 80s thing? I wonder why it was an insult. It was an insult to be square. What was the reasoning behind that? The pop culture history behind the hatred of being square. Okay. I think I have everything. Cool. Bye-bye. And we have just this sketch. Alright. Let's save before I forget. Wouldn't want to do that. And have it accidentally, like, delete itself or something. Alright, we can do some coloring now. Do I have a coloring reference? Technically, yes. Need to get that open now. Open there. Bop. Let's just get skin color. And then use this tool. Boom. It'll fix up any weird areas like right there. Nice. Oops. Actually, we'll just go like that. And then, okay, yeah, that's good. Right here, and over here. Anywhere else? I think we're good. Alright. Let's get the hair color. Since that's the most trickiest part of any drawing. Because of how little details there are. Like, not little details. How many little details there are. There we go. And then if you just do it simple as this, just take your time, no rush. No reason to rush art. You're not missing out on anything when you rush art. It'll always be welcomed by somebody, no matter how late it is. Lore lies or something. That's something I struggled with a bit. I'm pretty, like, I think I'm slow when it comes to art or pumping out like art. I can't do like a piece daily and stuff, you know? I need breaks between art pieces a lot of times. Unless I'm like on a full trunk thing. Oh, hey Glow. You're lurking at the moment? That's fine. I'm just gonna keep rambling on. Rambling. People who can make art one piece after another is something else. I wish I could have their motivation, but mine burns out very easily, unfortunately. Not just for art, just for anything in general. That's why I always have to like make the pieces all at once rather than take breaks in between. Because like if I stopped here with this piece and didn't pick it up again, I wouldn't pick it up again until like maybe a week or two later. Plus I find it just more satisfying to finish it all at once so that I can get to the final product faster. As much as it's like the journey matters more than the destination. The destination is really cool sometimes. And I'm more excited most of the times to see the destination rather than the journey. What do I have to do with my my motion sickness? Maybe it gets in the way of that ideation or something. Journeys have never been fun for me. Ugh. I think that's... oh wait, hold on. We can also grab this color. And I think that's really all the colors we need from that picture. Oh, except for pink. We can take the pink and use that for the inside of the ears. And get the horns done. I am both slightly excited and slightly nervous to see how I will do the fireworks and explosion effects later on. So those are definitely things I haven't drawn before, really. So it'll be an interesting experience. Especially on stream. I said it before, like at the beginning of this stream, but I did like practice a bit with drawing. Or like at least like drawing, painting, explosions-ish. Just a quick like 30 minutes or something. But we'll see how that goes. Alright, and then we can do... next we can do like whites of the eye. So, I guess we could have stolen the blue as well. We're just gonna do a random blue here. I forget which type of blue it is. I think it's like a lightish blue like that. Yeah, that's close enough. Boop. Okay. And then we can just start on his bluish president clothes. Oh, shoot, I forgot that happens when I use this tool. Doesn't get the edges of the canvas. And then... oh, actually we can color in that part. Alright. Just to make this easier, go like so. Boom. And we'll get that white again. Or it's like an off-white technically. I am haunted by the advice of never use pure white or pure black in your drawing. Alright, and then we can just do a tie. Reddish orange I think is a good color. I'm pretty sure it's reddish color. Let me see. Let me see the skin that he wears. Yep. It's like a red. Actually, it's like a pretty dark red. I want to make it like almost orange. It might blend in too much with the blue of the president or the suit. I think we're gonna make the tie a brighter color. Like there? Yeah, why not? And then we're gonna do like goldenish buttons. There we go. Okay. And then final touches are the scars. That's a good color, but I need to see more to make sure we're getting in the full lines, coloring in the lines. Make sure we're not coloring outside of lines, because I like neat flats before I go messy with the shading. Focusing. I go quiet when I focus. And I feel like that's a habit I should get out of at some point. Alright. Excuse me 1 second. Alright. I wonder if I should make this a different color too. What if I made that yellow? That's not the right one. Yeah, okay. I like that, how that looks better. Actually, also details, small details like the button-up shirt underneath. I had little just dots for buttons instead of actual circles. Bop, bop, bop. Alright. That looks good. I wonder if that should be like a bit more blue, which I did it on the eye. Pop, pop, pop. Get rid of that color. Go back to this color. Cool. Merge everything onto one layer. Actually, before we do that, we go on this layer and we do the blush. I forget to do this sometimes, but it makes it easier in the long run to do the blush only like when the skin layers, you know, when everything's above the skin layer. Half the time I forget to do it though, like I said. And then like your knuckle areas. Your knuckles and then like the ends of your fingers usually are a bit more reddish than usual other places. Escape it. You know there's risk worth taking. Make like a very, very slight gradient. Very, very slight. That's that color variation I also love to talk about. Even if it's not very noticeable at first, I feel like it's an important part of my process. Right, now you can combine all the layers. And then do I want to go straight into shading, or should I focus on the explosion area next? I think I'll try doing the explosion thing now. I'll put this all in one folder so it's easy to get rid of quickly. And then unlock this. Change the color to straight up black. Alright. And then we'll lower the opacity and start with a dark red, I think. And then go to my favorite brush, the opaque brush. And start doing the outline first of the back row. I made like 3 rows of this. And then certain areas like the bottom, it's gonna have little spikes. Actually, something I should also do is try to figure out what I'm gonna do for the background. I was thinking of just like straight up black-ish, you know? I don't know. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. I'm just gonna do a straight line for now at the bottom as well, right there. Just big random circles. Make a little cloudy like feel. And small circles as well for that little variation. I mean, I didn't draw over here, but there should be. I feel like there should be some right there as well. Oops. Loading. Alright, doesn't look like much now, but trust the process. That's what I'm telling myself as well. Wake up from snoring, open the eyes. Gonna go lots of back and forth between the transparent brush and the color. As you get these little spikes over here as well. Right here. I find adding that like little slight erase to it makes it a bit more, I want to say realistic, but it just adds like a nice texture a lot of times. Hold on, let me fix this one. Yeah. then we fill in all the inside. Do some quick fill in like that. And then we'll lock this layer, do a little bit darker, and do a gradient from the bottom. Oh, contact. There we go. And then we'll do the next one, next layer. Alright. Do the next layer. Like so. First we'll do the little like clouds, and then we'll do the spikes afterwards. This layer has a lot of the main spikes. And then pop. Add one right there as well. Add a round boy. And back to the erasing to make spikes. Actually, hold on. Let's go like that, and then go on this side for a crisp little edge corner. That's not the right button. That's the right button. And then over here again. How's that looking? That's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. Alright. Oh, that's not the right. Okay, there we go. And then fill time. That's not the right button. That's the right button. I had a little... Oh wait, hold on. I forgot about the spikes. Time to do some spike painting. Maybe it'll be easier if I go like this. All right. And then erase. Actually, not that much erasing. I want this one to also be poking out past the back set of clouds. There we go. Big old line. Oops. Then... Nope. That would be too thin at the end, actually. Feels too angled on this side, so maybe adding more cloudish looks like over here might help. Is my thought process anyways as I'm doing this. Alright. I was very tired today, not physically, but mentally. Today was a mentally exhausting day. I'm not sure why. Maybe just because it's a Tuesday? And Tuesdays I think are like one of the worst days of the week. Even worse than like Monday. Because at least like, it's like Monday, you're like, it's the day after your weekend, right? Like even though that sucks, you can always think about like, hey, at least you had like a fun time yesterday, or like you relaxed yesterday, you know? It's like you can look forward to that. And then Tuesday hits and you're like, oh my gosh, you're not even halfway through the week yet. There's still like 3 weekdays to go before you can reach Saturday. It's like one of the worst days, and that's also biased because I had band practice Tuesdays nights, and that was, I love band, but practicing for band, did not like. It was always fun to do band, but like actually like putting effort into practicing for it was just not my thing. Not my thing for a lot of things. That's why I always complain about softball practice too, even though I love softball. But practicing, man. Anyways, back to my original point. Wednesdays, you think you're halfway through. You're halfway through the weekdays. You're almost there. Thursday, you're almost at Friday. You have like, oh, there's just one more day until Friday. And then, you know, Friday is like one of the coolest days. Because like, oh yeah, basically the weekend. And then, of course, Saturday is the weekend. And then Sunday's like your relaxing day. What are you talking about? You loved being on the field, slowly but surely dying inside. Oh, Tuesday night practices. Especially since they were like so late too. Like we had to go on until like 9, and even then you had to stay later than 9 to like help pack up sometimes, depending on if it was your week or whatever. Except percussion didn't have to do that, right? They just had their own things, if I'm correct, if I'm remembering this correctly. I would not want to be you percussionists having to bring out all your, like, that entire bass drum or something, or like, oh, I hated the xylophones, having to push them just to, like, the stage. I would hate having to do that, like, to the baseball field or something. You never had to take out the podiums, but yeah, drums are heavy. Yep. Glad I never had to carry any of those, at least. One of the best things about the flute, how small it is, how easy it is to carry. Just a small thing. I don't want it that dark. Do I have to like go all the way down there? Like that, I think. Is that a good color? Oh. Let's just get rid of that. Let's just get rid of that. There we go. Alright. And then the final layer. Okay. Anyways, what was my original point to that rant? Did I finish my point? I think I finished my point of how Tuesdays are like the worst day. And that is my TED Talk. Thank you for coming. Let me do a little bit of erasing. Up, up. Up, up. Okay. Actually, we can't add the little down that way. Yep. Cool. You didn't, but it's fine. I didn't what? I didn't prove my point? I think I did. I think I did prove my point. Like, I think the only other argument there would be is, like, how Mondays are the worst day. But I said that, like, Mondays aren't the worst. Because at least you have, like, the memories of Sunday to go by, you know? You can just think of, like, oh, man, Sunday I relaxed so much, or I had a fun time going out Sunday, or whatever. And you can just, like, live off those memories. By the time Tuesday comes around, you're just dead inside. Let's see. What spikes do I need to do on this one? Oh. I need to go up here too. Pointy, pointy. I'm thinking. Alright, whatever. Yeah, just fill this in quickly. And then let's do this one right here. There we go, spiky. Trying to make it more straight, but if I make it too straight, it might make it too thin. That's good enough. And then, nope. Did the wrong button. Oh, I'm glad I did this first. I don't think I would have the patience for this later on as the night wears on. Whoops. Keep moving that. If there's a way to, like, lock this so I don't accidentally keep moving it, I would love to know. So I always do that. I'll move that, or like I'll move these little areas. That's a whole problem when I'm not paying attention. Let's see. Technically I had this spike over here. Maybe I should just... expand this little cloud. And then go outwards. Comes the sun. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's something missing there. Because technically that spike was supposed to belong to this cloud. But maybe, okay. Maybe what we do is get rid of this spike and give it to this front cloud. Like so. These look like sad sea urchins. Like they lost all their spikiness, their pointers. Oops. That's fine. It might look a bit weird now, but just trust the process. Alright. You can adjust my seating arrangement a bit. Oop, I'm sliding. Okay. And then what we do next is get like an orange and just start going ham, like whop, dots. Dots, 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 and then little like spikes whenever these little spikes appear. Just following through. Okay. And then eventually you can just go down here and then start filling in the middle. It's fine if there's like little spots of red underneath. And then same on this this row. Whop, whop. That could be your motto. Just trust the process. That's the motto of like every single artist and like creative person ever. You literally just have to trust the process and hope for the best. When writing, when like making music, when drawing. Oops. Okay. That's just definitely my motto throughout life. Just trust the process. At some point it will work. I keep sliding in this chair. I wish I could get like a non-rolly chair for this desk. But at this point it's too late. At this point it's too late. Blah blah blah. Whop. 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 Alright. Alrighty, and then on this layer we do a yellow. Just inside all the orange from before. Yep, okay. Oops. Random circles. Oh, hold on. Let me see down here. Alright. And the bottom gets all yellow out. And then the inside right there. And that final layer right there. Yeah, okay. And after this, I think we're gonna add, after this, it's gonna be white, and then we can experiment with some glowy effects. I'm still used to saying glowly, like the S&P. Okay. Actually, we can make these edges a bit more orange. Then white, basically white. Boop. White down here as well. And then, actually we'll keep that on. We're gonna keep all the layers together now at this point. Bloop, bloop. Let me look at reference picture. Cause you're so lovely, you're so lovely. Alright. Alrighty. Let's experiment with some glowing effects now. You do that, and then you do like add glow. Like, what if you just blurred it? I do think that orange should probably be more vivid in general. Yeah. And right there as well. And then I wonder if the edges, whoa, that's not the right color. Okay, the edges here should also be like so. Not the right color. This color right here. Make it less yellow down here. I mean, kind of looks like ink explosion. Bro, how are you so good at drawing? Years and years of agonizing practice. I'm just kidding, it's not all agonizing. And then... Let me get this orange again. Make this one right here lighter. There we go. And then get the yellow. And I don't think we need the white. Same with this one right here, orange. Oh. Okay. Oops. This looks insane. Thanks. I'm liking how it's turning out so far, too. I just need to blend it in with the person below it. But that'll hopefully happen with the rendering process later on. Okay. I'm gonna experiment with glowing effects now. Like, ooh, hold on. Like, what if you just made certain areas inside very, very bright, like so? Yeah, okay. And then get the white right there. Okay. And then do the same here. Go to the add glow. Used orange, I believe. And then up here. maybe like just the middle area right here is very, very bright, and then the rest of it not so much. I don't know if I like these little this orange part of the middle or the inner cloud. Should it, oops, that's the wrong button. Brush should it just be like yellow? Come on. Blah blah blah. Yeah. And then should there just be more white right here? Or maybe it should be like little like whites. Hold on, yeah. Maybe it should just be white right here. I think that looks a bit better. Okay. And then, yeah, I just want these not as dark, I think, at the ends. Over here. Alright, that's a lot of layers. Oh, yeah. I wonder if I should, like, go with this color, and then... I'm wondering if there should be like another layer right here, you know? And then you just kind of go like this. And then we just go over this way and get rid of the white right here. Yeah, I think that makes it look a bit more dynamic. Oh, that's what. I was just trying to look for that. There we go. Make that look like fade a bit. And then what I want is like the fireworks going out, you know? It's like fireworks and an explosion going off at the same time. Question is how to do that next. I'm gonna put this all in one folder. I'm still unsure about whether I should merge them all into a single layer yet or not. You take all those layers. Shoot. We take all the layers. And then put it into that folder. There we go. And then new layer. As we start on the fireworks, which is gonna be like the red, white, and blue, I believe. How am I gonna do this? Do I want to go like, then kind of like that? Actually, we'll do this darker blue for now until I can figure out, how it looks. Especially since I haven't done a background yet. Problem with this brush, it doesn't have like a tapering effect at the end of it. So like, you know, like this brush, it goes thick to thin when you're using it, when you release your pen off of the tablet. This one doesn't do that as much. It goes from opaque to like more transparent. And the problem is, I want it to go thinner at the end, because that's like a basic idea of how fireworks look. I wanted to go thin and like transparent at the end. So I might have to go do something like that again, where I'm just kind of erasing as I go. I'll do them all blue for now and then figure out which one should be red, white, and whatnot. Alright. Let's flip the canvas, or not flip the canvas, rotate it a bit so I can get this better. I think it should be thinner up here as well in general. Oh, that's the wrong one. I meant to press this button right there. And then up here. Thin it out on this side and then go upwards. Keep pressing that button accidentally. That's the flip button. And then what we can also do is just do little lines with this brush, like afterwards, so it's like a little trail. Like this one gets one as well. And then that. Okay, then over here. Transparent brush, my beloved. You get me through so many hard times. Oh, hold on. And then there's one more over here, technically. Yeah, there we go. Should be more like hunched on that side. And then thinned out like so. And these little lines add like more detail. Over here as well, and right there. down here and right here. Also, maybe I should just like do like in the explosion as well. So like it goes out like this. Yeah. Yeah. Putting in an explosion might help it a bit also. Go right here as well. Let's make it smaller. And then one more on this side, like right going out like that, or hold on. We'll also do like little lines in the explosions as well. Hold on. Oh, I don't like how that looks. Hold on. Then this side. Okay. And then we'll lock this layer, go for bright blue, change areas, just... Yeah. Actually, what we can also do is actually work on the background a bit. Figure out what color we want it. We'll start out with a black. And then maybe we'll make it like a... Ooh, maybe like a red to orange gradient? So like... So we'll do... There's probably going to be a lot of lag when this happens because I'm using a big brush. Yeah. So we just go through here. Make like a loose barrier of the black. And then go right here and then go to the orange. And I think that's as bright as I would want it. Yeah, we don't want it insanely bright. I am gonna darken Tubbo underneath a lot as well. And then I actually don't like this color. I do not like this color at all. I think for now we can just keep it black and we'll experiment with that again later. Okay. Why is there a line to this one? Hold on. Oh, I know why there's a line through that one. Whoops. Then we'll go to the red. Like make this one red. We'll make these red right here. Make this red. See, white wouldn't work too well inside of here. So let's go back to red and make these two red. Yeah, no whites inside the explosion. Add glow, filter blur, Gaussian beer blur. How does that look? Oh, it's gonna be kind of tough with just the black. Background. Alright. Alright. Where's that white? I don't think it needs to be right there. And then all right. And I put one right here, here. Maybe add dots at the end of these. Like so, for a little bit more texture. Yep, okay. What I want to do is fill these little guys in. We're just gonna go one by one. Oh, found another one. This one's kind of tilted. There we go. You. We can also add one around here. So there's not much decoration over here. And the question is if we should change colors of some of them, like this can be red. So can this one. This one can be blue. Yeah. Right. should probably be like a layer of glow behind the explosion, huh? Obviously not this transparent. Okay, I'm gonna go on to shading for now. Let's just like ignore all that. Let's just focus on some shading down here. Let's go to my favorite purple shading. Oh, multiply layer. Yeah. All right. Oh. Let's see. If I should just do the basic, like light coming from behind type of style. Hold on. And then of course above, like where the explosion is on top of his head. So like this area right here would also get lit up. And then the surrounding areas like so. Oh, let's grab this color. Purple. Yeah, okay. I want the inside to be a bit more like purplish. Maybe we can even light it up just a bit. No, never mind. Let's go with this color, yeah. Guess we'll stick with this color for Alright, we're just gonna go crazy with hair shading. See if we can figure out how I want to do this exactly. And up here. Got like the little red outlines. Oh, and actually, should I do it now? Yeah, I'll do it now. Oh, that's not the right. Whoops. And then we'll get the soft one. There we go. Big stretch. Let's make this a little bit blue. I think a bit more darker actually. Same with this one, blue. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Make this one purplish since it's more red. Or actually, I should leave the eye unshaded so it just pops out more. Cause, actually, oh man, I forgot what my original idea was for the face. That's fine, that's fine. It's fine. In between. Then we're gonna add a little blue. I'm just going crazy with the coloring right now. Just doing whatever. Oh, I just realized a plus of having my stream on my phone is that I can actually see how different the colors are. Because, okay, so the colors on my laptop look different when the picture is transferred to my phone. So I can actually kind of see the difference between the two. So like on my phone, the colors are a lot more vivid than on my laptop. It's interesting. It's interesting to see. I actually like how it looks on the phone. How purple and like blue it looks. Like unnatural. It's pretty cool. Oh, that was the nose. Okay, yeah, we don't need that. Okay. And then we're just gonna start blending everything out. Blend, blend, blend. Blend to make a nice gradient. Man, colors are so fun to experiment with sometimes. Color theory is weird how it works, but like when you can do it right, it looks fantastic and super cool. Because I don't know if I'm doing it right now, but I am definitely having fun, that's for sure. This song is so quiet. I'm gonna skip it. Ooh, yeah. Love me some Persona soundtrack. Persona soundtrack's so good. Definitely revitalized my love for jazz music. Oops. Please I'll take off my mask. I really need to play, or at least watch gameplay of the other Persona series, especially Persona 4. That one looks super interesting too. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I know like the basics of like what happens. You're traveling through TVs in like this little town, solving like murders. You have a little sister or something in that one. But I think I just might be too attached to the Persona 5 characters. And that's what's stopping me. Because it's a new story with a whole new characters, which I'm not attached to yet. Oh, I just realized a lot of this is going to be hidden by this explosion now. Yeah, because I want it like basically on his head, like that, I think. I think I might be tilting my head. Ugh. When I'm tilting my head, I can't tell where the middle of the drawing is. Of the canvas. Ah. Alright, there we go. Okay, let's see how I'm gonna do this based around. Okay, so yeah. So definitely needs to be brighter on the hands. Whoops. Yeah. So this whole blue kind of disappears. We can still blend these areas out, even if we're not going to be able to see them in the end. And then right there, maybe. That looks okay-ish. Yeah, so you're not even gonna really see the horns too much. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that's alright. I think my cat's at my door. My cat is trying to get inside, but she will just want out right afterwards, so there's no point. Sorry, Koi. I saw a thing about cats, like the reason why they do that is because they believe the door leads to someplace else they haven't seen yet. So they're like, oh, we'll go through this door into, let's say, a bedroom, right? And then you close the door behind them, and then they'll look at that same door and be like, whoa, where does this door go? It doesn't go into the hallway like we believe. No, they think it goes someplace new. And then they're disappointed because it just goes to the same old hallway it always does. Imagine if a cat went to like Narnia. How insane would that be for them? I wonder if like this side should be like kind of lit up. Like you kind of think like this area right here. Hold on. Like this part of the tie is kind of up, so it'd be a bit more brighter than say this area where it's like it's kind of looking like this, you know? Like if you think about it as a 3D shape, this part is going to be highlighted and like the little bump is going to be darker, is what I'm thinking. I'm going to save just in case. Whoa, that's not the right color. Yeah, there we go. This is very vibrant, but I like when it's very vibrant. Okay. Especially when you do like this, it's gonna brighten it up. Alright. Alright, I'm getting some ideas now. And now we have to do like the highlights. Not hard light. Overlay. And we're gonna do it like orangey yellow. A rim around the entirety. Well, we'll add a little bit of light right there too. Also, in general, like where the explosions are. It's gonna look weird without the explosion right there, yeah. Oh shoot, I completely forgot to blend this arm. What? Completely forgot about this arm. Whoops. And yeah, I realized the buttons right there got painted over, but that's fine. Where is that color? There it is. Just because I find it to highlight areas like right here. Just to make sure they stick out from each other once again. Alright. Blending time again. This one I really don't want as noticeable. Actually, we can also make this not as purple, a bit more reddish, yeah. Radish. Make it so these edges aren't as hard. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of this for now and then see how we're doing up here. Yeah, let's ignore the lines I made for like the explosion and just kind of go normally with this. Alright. Wow, that's not the right color. How's that looking? Pretty cool? Pretty cool, I guess. This is the state that I'm in. Then we go here, we're gonna do like a reddish orange. And just go ham for a second. Right here too. Experimenting a bit. And then we're gonna go walk and just basically erase almost all of it. Package. Just creating like a very thin line of glowingness. Up here too. Oh, hold on. There we go. Used to sleep on cold together. All right. I feel like I should have done this on another layer. Hold on. Go back, go back, go back, go back. Back. Back, I say. Cool. All right. How does this look now? I do think we should maybe relax on the highlights. Like down here, you know? So like they're still there, see, they're still there, but it's not as intense as the ones above. I think should be how it's going. Oops. Also, hair in general should probably be lighter. Some small changes, make it seem a bit more natural, as natural as this can look. All right. There we go. overlay. Even though you can't see it, it's just gonna make me feel a bit better. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, this area of the arm should be lighter as well because it's getting hit by the explosion light. Yeah, now that I look at it. Oh. Alrighty. Wrong layer. There you go. I think that's looking pretty cool. And then let's get darkest color here. Oh, it's like a reddish right there, and then oh, that is not the right pen. There we go, that's the right one. Trying to figure out what that meant. Whoa. Jumping to figure out what makes your brain tick. All right. Now we're just going to do some rendering and just going to go over the outlines. After this, I think we're going to figure out, add more details like to the fireworks and stuff. Yeah, drink. I'm trying to figure out what that means. I took it as a taunt. Get this color and go like there. Pretty. Man, oranges and yellows are so cool. Such a pretty color. Thinning out some lines. Yo, baguette! For a second when you said it me, I thought you meant like the drawing. Welcome, welcome! You're suffering. Why are you suffering? What happened? It's turning out so good, by the way. Thank you, Glow. You worked an hour overtime? Ooh. Oh, that's gotta suck. Was that like your first time doing that? Overtime is never fun, especially if you're not getting paid for it. Usually get off at 8:30, but nope. Oh, shoot! It's paid. Yeah, but still. Yeah, still it sucks. Yeah, exactly. No one likes working more than they have to. Anyways, at least it's done. At least you're done for the day. Until next time you have to work. It's a very, very long and repeating process, unfortunately. Then this line too. But yeah, welcome. We've gotten pretty far with the drawing. Getting some rendering done and whatnot. I want to fix the simple firework looking stuff. I want to make it look more shiny and sparkly. But I've been kind of focused on rendering Tubbo here so that he kind of fits a bit more in with the drawing. Because when he had only his like flat colors, it was not looking too well. Should you do a super late stream? I mean, if you think you're up for it. If you have like the energy after working for it, then yeah, I say go for it. You have so much energy. You're hyper. Man, I wish I could have that energy. After work today, I was not feeling it. Yeah, go for it. Do it. If you're... yeah. Maybe. Might just want to vibe with friends. That's good too. That's also a good choice. Bloop, bloop. Alright, let's thin this one over here too. Coolio. We are getting close to finishing with Tubbo, I think. I want to thin out like all these lines, all the line art. Gonna lurk now? Okay. That is A-okay with me. Alright. I went in focus mode for a second there. I want to thin this area out there as well, and then over here. Make it not as shiny, I think. Not as shiny. What happened to this side of the arm? There should be... I think there's supposed to be, like, a shoulder there. Hold on, hold on. I don't think I ever drew a shoulder over here. Or if I did, I completely, like, got rid of it. Hold on. Huh. Whoops. Alright. Well, let's just get, like, this color and then go, like, blah, 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 blah. Shiny color. Oops. No, whatever. Go kind of like that, and then we're just gonna get this color. And go like so. And boom, we solved our problem. There is now a shoulder there. He has all his shoulders intact. Everything is fine. And then let's go right there. Alright. I do want to make this area right there a bit, right, like so. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, also. I wanted to do that one thing. Oh, okay, hold on. We're just gonna get a random color. Kind of go like this. Alright. Alright, watch. We're gonna color in everywhere on the skin but the eye. I'll use it with the pencil to keep that texture, because I like the texture. And then we can just fill it in like that. Alright. And then we can also kind of like go like that, and then we kind of go on this side as well. It's a bit harder on this side since we're not following the shape of an eye. Maybe like that? Yeah. Okay. And then we're gonna do like that line thing we did before, and then we're gonna go dark. Boom. There we go. Get rid of certain areas. Fill in certain areas. There we go. That looks a lot more dramatic, doesn't it? Okay. Need to stretch my wrists for a minute. I'm just gonna turn it around in circles. There we go. And then what we're gonna do is like go right here, add some like little stray hair strands and whatnot. There we go. Also, right out here. Whoops. Alright, we can put that all into one layer, and then look right here. We can do another hair strand right there. Fun little loose strand thing, bobs. I do not like how much of that highlight there is right there. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Alright, and we're gonna make it lighter on this side, because it feels unfair. Try to call you every day, I'm rehearsing what to say. Whoops. Okay, and then let's get that edge again. Whoop. There we go. That looks better. Alright, let's see. I think we're basically done with Tubbo for a while. Look at that, just line. Alright, so we'll save, and then we're gonna work on the explosion. I feel like there kind of has to be like a glow around it, you know? That's not the right brush. I did this earlier, but it looked tacky. So, I'm gonna experiment. I'm wondering if I should just make it keep close to the inside of the clouds, you know? So like up here gets erased, and then like so. One moment. There we go. Yeah, like so. Ooh, I just did a lot right there. I don't care how it looks, I just need the general shape. Oops. I need this one. There we go. Oh, something went wrong. Shoot! Hold on. We are experimenting now with... Oops, that's not what I want to do. Alright, now we got the shape, I'm pretty sure. Yep. And then we can just do that. Go like so. Make it go a lot, maybe? Oh, I know, it's because the flare was locked. There we go. It makes it stand out a bit behind the background now. Yeah. Alright. I think I like how that looks. Then we just need to work on the fireworks. Gonna move around a bit. There we go. Alright, for one, we'll just do the basic. Gonna add glow actually first, and then blur. Alright. Actually, what if I combine these two layers together first, and then add glow. We're gonna do a yellow glow, maybe? Ooh. All right. Yeah, then what if I went back in and kind of this. So that was a bit more bluish again. And the ones inside the explosion as well. There's not much you can do with the white ones, but that's alright. Alright. I wonder if it would help to not have a completely blank background. Kind of just going like this. And then I'm gonna lower the opacity so it's not as bright. Also, kind of dark like that, and then do this again just to brighten the edges. Makes it mix in a bit with the background as well. Don't want to make it too dark though. I'm looking at the screen on my phone. Alright, I think that's a good shade right there. like how the fireworks thing turned out. Hold on. I'm wondering if I should just do it manually if that will look any better. This is another trust the process moment right here. But I don't know if I trust it myself. Oh, that's the wrong blur. I mean, Gaussian, not. I think I pressed motion blur last time. I do not know, you guys. I do not know. Maybe like that? Kind of. Kind of. I kind of like that. Maybe I just need like more like sparkles, you know? Hold on. Droplet. Oh, there goes my... Gonna lag a bit. Like this would go behind. Like that, you know? And then we'll make like one side red. And then the other side blue. All right. I'm starting to get satisfied with it. Not completely. Not completely, but it's close. I feel like it's close. Hold on. Are we doing these for like the umpteenth time? Maybe I'm not satisfied with these stars. Hold on. I don't think I like these stars. Hold on. I should keep where their positions are. But, like... You know, I feel like there should be like shooting, kind of. Hold on, let me... See what I mean? Like, so like they're smaller, and then they have like a trail behind them. So this one would kind of go like sideways, you know? Then we take this blue. Over here as well. And then finally the red. Yeah, I kind of like that better. Right. And then just lots of add glows, one on top of each other. I'm gonna make this super blurred out. Yeah, that's what I want. Alright, there's a lot happening here, but I think that's what I want. Where is this? I want this. Oops. This eye to be a bit more brighter. And then erase it where it doesn't belong. There we go. Yeah, I like the look of that. Oops, I hit the I hit the thing. You love how that drawing's coming out? Yeah. I'm just still a bit unhappy with the fireworks. I'm not sure what to do about that. Like, I'm wondering if I want to make it more cartoonish, so then I need to go like, that's not the right color. There we go. No, I definitely don't want to add any outlines, that's for sure. Nope. Maybe I just made them too big. That's what my problem is. Like, maybe I want them thinner. Oops. That's the main one. Time to delete all this again, and then get to adjusting, modifying. There we go, and then how do I feel about that now? Yeah, I think I definitely wanted them thinner. Oops. Over here too. Get white. Do a little dot there. Maybe add more dots around in general. Like right there, up here. Over here. I think I like the look of that. Ooh, can I find my previous colors I was using for... Nope. Okay. Right. Alright, and then here's the white. This color. Let me see. There's this part right here which doesn't really have any orange. Oh, I see why. I see why.